Hi and welcome to another episode of Toby's Barbecue Corner. Today we're making bacon wrapped pork tenderloin Italian style. Now what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. And this is what we need for today. Now, obviously, we need one pork tenderloin, you need pine nuts, you need a couple of slices of bacon, you need some pesto alla Genovese in order to make it truly Italian, you need your favorite dry rub, as well as your favorite barbecue sauce. And obviously, as I want to reach a particular internal temperature, I'm going to be using my Meter Plus today. The Kamado is sitting at 200 degrees Celsius, and I've been preheating my cast iron skillet because we're going to be roasting those pine nuts in a second. Just make sure you give them a little bit of color, not too much, because obviously you don't want it to taste too bitter. A couple of minutes later the pine nuts have gotten sufficient color, and we're going to take them off now and use them in the pork loin. In the next step we're going to shred the pine nuts a little bit, so I'm using my handy little food processor for that. That should already do it. And then we're going to mix in the pesto alla Genovese, give that a good stir, and then we already have the stuffing for the pork tenderloin. And I love the flavor that the pesto alla Genovese gives, you know, the fresh basil that it smells like, you know, together with the roasted pine nuts is just absolutely awesome. So I'm really looking forward later on when the pork is done. Now with the pork, very quickly, you're going to take a sharp knife and cut into the side, roughly halfway, and create a pocket so we can stuff the pork. Just make sure towards the end obviously it gets thinner, don't worry about that bit, but just create a nice little pocket without cutting a hole into it. You know, obviously you don't want to lose that lovely stuffing, but that is already looking good. And obviously, yeah, you can trim your tenderloin a little bit, but I'm not going to bother. Alright, that's already looking good. Now you can create two little pockets on the side here as well, just to open it up even further. And then we're just going to take our mix, put it right in the center and spread it around. There we go, all done. So we're going to fold it, close it up. And now what you can do is you can now apply your favorite rub already on the outside here. Now I personally don't like that, just because I want the flavor of the pesto to really permeate throughout the meat. So we're going to go straight in with the bacon, and we're just going to create a little net, and then we're going to rest the tenderloin on it. Right, the bacon net is done, and if you want to see how to do that, I have a few other videos on my channel where I show you how to do it, but it's just, I love doing this. I think it's much better than just wrapping it around any kind of meat. So what you want to do then is you take your pork tenderloin and you want to rest it roughly in the center, and then fold it over just like once so that the pesto is on the bottom. And then you take those two outer ones here and just fold it inwards to create a nice seal on the outside as well. Just like that, and you do exactly the same on the opposite. And then you fold in the bacon net from this side. So for that we can roll the pork tenderloin a little to this side, and you just grab it. And now obviously it is a bit of, yeah, it's a bit tricky at times, because obviously the bacon net would want to fall apart, or will want to fall apart, so you just have to fold it inwards as best as you can. Give it a nice little tug as well, so that it's nice and tight. But once you've done that, you can nicely roll it, give it a tug, roll it, give it a tug, and you create a nice little package. Alright, and I think that looks absolutely pretty. Now in the next step we're going to season it. So as I said, take your favorite dry rub, you know, rub it all over. All seasoned up, and what we're going to do now is we're going to insert the meter into the thickest part of the pork, so right about here. And we're looking for an internal temperature of about 62 degrees, 63 degrees, until we're going to mop it. The Kamado sitting at about 140 degrees Celsius, and we're smoking with red wine barrel chunks. I'm gonna put that on and let that smoke. We have hit 62 degrees, and now we're going to put on some barbecue sauce and let it rest for another 10 minutes. Pretty much on the dot 40 minutes later, including a 5-minute rest period. Let's give it that center cut. But I think that looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to prepare a plate now, and I'm going to show you the final result. And there you have it, guys, our bacon wrapped pork tenderloin Italian style with pine nuts and pesto alla Genovese, and my wife made a lovely quick salad with it, so we're going to dig in now. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video about the bacon wrapped pork tenderloin Italian style. Now it's absolutely delicious, very juicy, so it came out exactly how I wanted it. Now if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a comment and a thumbs up, and please head over to that subscribe button for more great videos to come, and I hope to see you soon again at Toby's Barbecue Corner.